guys, and welcome back to Air. So let's just continue. Her playful eyes were fixated on me. Then you won't need to look for her anymore. You can have tea with my sister every day and laze around. Did I look like I was lazing around all this time? I'll have to mop the floor at least. Oh, right. You still have your job. But I'll try my hardest to look for her. I'll find her in no time. I wonder what she's like. She squinted at the blue sky. I bet she's a really, really beautiful girl. She's slim and her hair silky smooth. Her hair must be fluffy like a bird's feathers. How would you know? Maybe she looks like a monster. That's not possible. Because only a beautiful girl would suit you. That's none of your business. It is my business. She laughed again like always. She clasped both hands together and stretched out her body. The bandana on her wrist wavered in the wind. Suppose the day comes when Kano takes off that bandana. When that time comes, Yukito-kun, let's go! Potato, you two! Go! The girl and the dog ran off to the opposite side of the gravel road. I wanted to follow, but something held me back. Kano. I called out to her slender back. Yes? She turned around to face me again with her usual smile. Could you perhaps be... No, never mind. Hey, don't leave me hanging, she pouted. She pressed a hand to her hair and disheveled it. Kano laughed. She looks happy. Pico, pico, pico! Potato laughed as well. But I couldn't tell whether it was happy or not. When I was finally alone, the sun had set. I told Kano to go back by herself because I had somewhere else to go. Don't stay out too late, okay? After she said that, she ran off into the setting sun. Potato followed her. I picked up my usual walking speed. My destination was certain. It was the place closest to the sky in this town. I climbed the steps and walked through the short shrine archway. The path was deserted. There was a compact shrine deep within the compound. Now that I looked at it again, the building didn't look that old. The tiled roof was curved in a unique way. The sky above burned deep orange. The cicadas sang as though they were extending an invitation to the darkness. There was no one around. I walked deeper and entered the front of the shrine. The shoddy wooden staircase creaked with every step I took. Darkness seeped out from the gaps of the wooden louver door. It should be inside. The shining feather. The wings Kano wished for. I touched the louver door and slowly pushed against it. Locked. I looked down and saw a rusty padlock. The louver door, or louver, I don't know. It could be louver. I have no idea. The louver door beside it had a long, narrow hole. Beside that was a piece of paper pasted on it. Please insert coins here. Puppeteer bills go here. You can use 10,000 yen bills. No change is given. Security was tight for a countryside shrine. Did some thief come and steal the donation? I held the padlock and twisted it left and right. It won't budge. What now? It looked impossible to pry open. I had no pin to pick the lock with either. I could explain the situation to the chief priest, but this shrine had no one looking after it. If only I had some supernatural powers. I do. I could move something without touching it. I could also move things not in my line of sight. That means, wouldn't I be able to move the mechanism inside the lock? Oh, I'm so smart. It was strange. I hadn't thought of that before then. No, wait a second. Wouldn't my powers be amazing if I used it for evil? I felt this could be a turning point in my life. I had lived an honest life until now. Although I had stolen milk and made kids cry in the course of my journey, I could say that I was a good person. Should I keep to my righteous path or should I stray off? An angel was whispering into my left ear and a demon was whispering into my right. That was cliched, but it described my current situation perfectly. Use Hojutsu! No, 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 no. I hit my head hard against the louver door. I had lived respectably thus far. I couldn't become a criminal at this point in time. I gazed intently at my hand. This power had to be used for world peace and nothing else. I swore that oath to the reddish sky. So I decided to think of another method. Oh man. I just needed another tool to open the padlock. A hairpin or a piece of wire would work. It'd be even better if the key fell out from the sky. Well, no way it's going to be so convenient. I sighed at the darkening sky. The sky answered me. Pika! Pika pika! It was that dog. It was holding something in its mouth. Potato tottered towards me and placed something in front of me. It was a rusty key. I looked again at the rusty padlock on the louver door. They looked like a perfect fit. You're the man, my brother. Pika pika. Just kidding. I don't have a dog as a brother. Pika. Don't get upset. I'll take you as my underling, okay? Pika pika. There's no upfront bonus or dongo. You'll have to get them yourself. By the way, only snacks below 300 yen are served. Pika? Of course, bananas are not included in snacks. Pika pika? Yeah, you can have sports drink in your water bottle. Pika. After settling the terms of our contract, I got to work immediately. I inserted the key into the padlock and turned carefully. Oh! However, the padlock refused to open. I wiggled the key. It wasn't opening. It seemed to be on the verge of opening. Probably because it's so rusted. I'm mad! I'm so close to getting the donation money. Pico. Just kidding. I was really kidding. Stop looking at me like I'm a criminal. Pico pico pico. Oops. I struggled for 30 minutes. The moment finally arrived. Hell yeah! After the clean sound, the key got stuck. I couldn't move it even if I pushed and pulled on it. Here's how you deal with this. I performed a roundhouse kick on the padlock. The top part of the key broke off with the end still stuck in the keyhole. What the hell have you done? Pickle! I put the blame on the closest living thing thing to me. That didn't help any. I had only one option left. Time to run! Pickle! My underling and I fled. The cicadas' cries sounded like they were boring down on us from behind. They were usually painful to listen to, or unusually painful. I'm back. Pika pika! Welcome back! Huh? Jana was with you? Pika! 2 humans and 1 dog entered the waiting room. I was greeted by the smell of medicine, antiseptic, and fermentation. I felt a bit ashamed for feeling relieved. The lights in the examination room were on. However, there seemed to be nobody in the room. Where's Hijiri? She went out for a house call. The patient lives in the next town, but she's a frequent customer. I thought it was a bit strange to call a patient a frequent customer, but I nodded anyway. Will she be back late? She said she'll be back today. I see. That means I'm definitely gonna be the one to make dinner today. An innocent smile spread across her face. I'll make your dinner too, Potato. Huh? It's not here. I looked around me, but Potato had disappeared. Jeez, it comes and goes like the wind. The pot calling the kettle black. For the rare species it was, Potato was as smart as a dog. Perhaps it was trying to be considerate. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm alone with you. What should I do? It's okay. I'll be gentle the first time. I take that back. Let me have Potato's portion. This is going to be an interesting meal. Oh man. Boop doops. Yukito-kun, get a grip! Yukito-kun! When I came to, I was on a bed in the exam. was close. Death was at my doorstep. Kano peered down at me with a worried look on her face. Kano. Yukito-kun, have you ever cooked before? Well, only once. She was a true beginner. My sister wouldn't let me touch the chopping knife. She said I might get hurt. I should have known. What did she say about your cooking? My sister didn't say anything, she answered sadly. I wasn't sure why, but she locked herself in her room for 3 days after that. So, Kirishima Hijiri took 3 days to recover. I made potato shares as well, but it wouldn't have any of it. That mongrel. It ought to be discharged of its duties. Pico pico. Potato was back. It must have sensed danger when it heard Kano say she was going to cook dinner. I shouldn't have expected anything less from my sworn brother. That was some intelligence. Potato? Pico? You knew but you left me to die? Pickety! I got off the bed and approached the window. I raised the blinds and opened the window. I took a deep breath. The summer night breeze held my irritated stomach. I picked up Potato gently by the scruff of its neck and held it in the air. Become a star! I unleashed a punt kick on Potato. Oh no! The white furball was launched into the endless space. Pico pico! Potato had become a star. Oh, Jesus. Now then. You mustn't move yet. I can't relax here. I'll go sleep on the sofa. I stretched my body to show her that I was alive and kicking. Kano nodded reluctantly. Let my sister take a good look at you when she gets back. Nope, I'm fine. I'll be cured in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Fine, I was joking. Give me some stomach medicine. Boop doop. It seemed that I fell asleep. I looked around while still laying on the sofa. The leaves of decorative plants, the reproduced paintings hanging on the wall. The darkness clung to them and stripped them of their original colors. I couldn't sleep soundly. The heat lingered in the air. When I turned my body, I could feel the sweat plastering my shirt to my back. The second hand of the clock ticked away. If there were bugs that ate darkness, they would most likely make this kind of sound. What happened in the evening still bugged me. The orange-red sky and the darkness that peeked over from the louver door. I didn't go to the shrine solely because I heard Hijiri's story. Shining Feather. The girl in the sky. The reason I was on this journey. No one except me would have acknowledged the life I was living. An aimless, dreamlike journey. That was the life I'd lived after my mother died. I understood all along. Perhaps I didn't believe in the existence of a girl in the sky all along. Perhaps I was just searching for a reason for traveling. That was because nobody had taught me another way of life. I questioned myself. What do I want to do? Where should I aim for? I could not find any answers to these questions. Boop-a-doop. The door to the living room opened. However, no light spilled into the room. Kano and Hijiri would have turned on a light in the corridor. I felt someone approaching. That someone was suppressing their footsteps. Just when I was about to get up, I heard a whisper. Yukito-kun, are you awake? Yeah, I answered her. I slid my upper body up and sat on the sofa. Kano was standing right in front of me. My exposed shoulders felt chilled. That was strange, considering the sweltering heat. I'm really sorry. She bowed her head. Sorry for what? You stuffed yourself because I kept pushing you. You know, the problem wasn't with the quantity. Let Potato have some next time. Yeah. Kano looked helpless in the darkness. I understood the reason immediately. Is Hijiri back? She shook her head. She called. She said she'll be staying overnight at the patient's place. Was it an emergency of some sort? No, my sister got drunk. So it seemed that the other party had treated her to alcohol. Is that how it works in a countryside town? She didn't go by car, right? Well, my sister isn't herself when she's drunk. Don't tell me she'll wave her scalpels around. No, it's something more amazing. I decided that I didn't want to know the details. Did Hijiri say anything else? She told me to be wary of attacks. Potato's gonna attack you? Will that creature turn violent at night? Not Potato! She warned me to be careful of you! Can I sit beside you? I may attack you for all you know. It's fine, don't worry about that. Whew. She sat down. She shouldn't weigh much. The sofa didn't sink in. I glanced at Kano. She was so close that I'd touch her shoulder if I moved a bit. It was quiet. The silence was overbearing. I'm gonna turn on the lights. I was just going to get up. Stop! Kano shouted. The screen wrecked her tiny body. Her voice sounded as if she were on the verge of breaking. She covered her mouth with her fingers. She looked away into the dark, as if she were seeking help from something that wasn't there. You see, I'm scared. I'm afraid of sudden brightness. I don't understand why myself. She cocked her head like a little bird. When did that start? A bit after we met, I guess. I was reminded of what Hijiri said yesterday. The moment Kano touched the feather, the surroundings became filled with light, and I couldn't see anything. Have you talked to Hijiri about this? It's not that big of a problem. That's what doctors are for. But I don't want to make her worry. Her gaze fell on the floor, but even so, I said forcefully, what's the point in acting like strangers? Hijiri became a doctor for your sake. However, those words shouldn't come from me. Kano kept quiet. She placed her slender fingers atop her lap. I waited for Kano to say something. I waited for the darkness to fill the gap between us. Finally, I heard her voice. Can I ask you something? Go ahead, ask me anything. Okay, I will. We talked at the bridge today, didn't we? You were going to ask me something. You said, could you perhaps be... Her childlike eyes. There was a certain gleam in them. Did you mean... It was something I blurted out but couldn't finish. Could you perhaps be the girl that I'm looking for? Up in this sky there is a girl with wings. She has been there since long ago. She is there even now. Under the same air, she continues to feel the wind with her widespread wings. I wasn't able to reply to her. Long ago, when Kano was still a child, she had wanted to go to the sky. She wished for wings. Then she touched the shining feather. Ever since then, Kano had changed. If that were the case, this isn't Kano. This is just someone else pretending to be Kano. If that were the case, Kano had already... Oh, no, Yukito-kun, you're looking too serious. She tried to laugh it off. It was awkward. Our shoulders touched. She backed off immediately. You see, the truth is, my sister told me on the phone that she was going to come back immediately. She'd come back in the night like she said because she was worried about me, but my sister won't be able to go anywhere like that. So I told her that I didn't mind if she stayed over. I said I'll be fine because you're here. This is the first time I said that. Our shoulders touched again. This time she didn't move away. Her short, tidy hair, it smelled of shampoo. I tried to feel her heartbeat. It was the proof of Kano's presence. You see, you're a traveler. You have someone you're looking for. You'll leave one day. That's why I thought I shouldn't ask this of you. But if you don't mind... What came after that? Please hold me. Please hold my body. As my reply to her, I gently pulled her up close. We came to Kano's room. It contained memories of her daily life. A few stars were visible from the window with the curtains opened. However, that was good enough. If Kano so desired it, we could also do it in the darkness. It feels weird. You look like another person altogether. Don't worry, I'm me. Kano looked at me. Oh man! Okay, well this is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. We will continue this in the next episode. Oh my god! But if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!